All right, so I am back, and today we're going to do another rant of the week. And today, for the rant of the week, I'm going to be it's kind of a review of the because because I had a free movie ticket, so I finally actually went and saw Ant-Man. So today's rant of the week, or this week's rant of the week, is the Ant-Man movie. Um, I'm not going to go to spoilers or anything like that for the most part. Um, and on the surface, watching the movie, I was actually pretty impressed with it. I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty enjoyable. It's no Iron Man. And a lot of people compared it to Iron Man, saying it had the same feel. And I was like, I just don't see that. Um, um, but it was a decent movie. It was enjoyable. I liked it a lot. I was ready to sit there and say, I'm really, really excited for a sequel. And then of course, it's like the movie itself was overall good. I think the casting was done pretty well. I liked the characters. I did not like his little criminal buddies. I thought that was stupid and not necessary. I mean, they could have done without it. They could have done so many things without it. But by adding them in, it actually made the movie kind of come to a screeching halt for me. Um, and it's just one of those. It's like, how many people are you going to just show your secret identity to? Um, I get why Tony Stark did it because he's a narcissist and he doesn't care. Um, and of course, Captain America did it because he's Captain America. It's just it wasn't meant to be a secret identity at first. So I get some of those things, but I don't get why he would show all these people. I mean, they're criminals too. I mean, yeah, they're the good guy criminals, but they're still criminals. I mean, seriously, who you get? Why would you show your secret identity to a bunch of criminals? The whole Falcon being in the movie and the Avengers headquarters, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed the hell out of that. And the final fight with Yellow Jacket was awesome. I loved Yellow Jacket. I thought that was a great, great part of the movie. Going in, out of the movie theater, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. But, I sat there and I thought about it for a little bit. Thought about it. And I thought about it. And here's what it's come down to. So let's take a quick look at the plot here. You got the main character. He's been in trouble with the law, so he's kind of down on his luck. He ends up stealing a superpower suit that gives him, superpowers. While he's got it on, turns out the old superhero, the one that originally wore the suit, is going to talk to him over the radio and give him advice. He's got, let's see, he's got to fight the main villain, who is just so happens to be who once worked for the original main hero, but now has taken over the company, who's now building basically a war machines, weapons of war. But the side effect of it made him go crazy, and he becomes the main actual villain. You went from kind of like, oh, I got to take care of this, to okay, now he's an actual villain, and the hero needs to fight the villain. And I sat there and I was like, huh, that's really convenient. And why did that sound so familiar? It's like I've seen that exact plot before. This is where they got their idea for this movie. Because in this show, Terry McGinnis, who's been juvenile delinquent, discovers who Batman is, goes into the Wayne Manor, steals this new bat suit. Batman then gets on the cowl and starts talking to him. Batman's trying to stop the criminal organization, who now runs what is now called Wayne Powers, which is Power. I can't remember his name, but his last name was Powers, and he took over Wayne Enterprises, so it's now um, um, the Wayne Powers Enterprises. Um, he's making weapons of war weapons, which ends up he gets it spilled on him, actually thrown at him by Batman, but and that makes him go crazy, and he turns into Blight, the main villain of the first season. Now, the big difference between these two, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of subtle, or not subtle, but there's a lot of differences between them. But when you look at the surface of the plot, that's too similar to me. I mean, I get it. Okay, something happened and they become a superhero. So, okay, yeah, it's similar to this person or this person. Batman lost his parents, so due to the tragedy, he became a superhero. Spider-Man lost his uncle, and because due to that tragedy, he became a superhero. But from there, it's like, yeah, there's similarities there, but they branch off. But because there's so many aspects of Ant-Man that remind me of Batman Beyond, it makes me lose all credibility for Ant-Man. I cannot. I mean, it's a straight up theft of an idea. I'm not sitting here saying that there's no way that the Batman was original or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure they borrowed it from somewhere else too, because everyone borrows ideas. It seemed too borrowed, if you know what I mean. But the big difference between the two movies is on Ant-Man. You get you kind of have the shadow of something bigger. You know the Avengers is on, in the series, and so we're building up to Avengers tie-in, more so than what we got. Batman Beyond is better because it has Batman in it. That's all I have to say. It's got Batman. It's got the original Batman. Yeah, he's not being Batman anymore, although he does become Batman a couple times again in the series. You have to watch it to believe it, but it works. It works really well, especially for the story that was going on at the time. But it's Batman. I mean, Batman beats Ant-Man any day of the week. I don't care who it is. How powerful Ant-Man might be. It's still Ant-Man versus Batman. So it's like, if you want to see that kind of movie, I highly recommend renting or buying Batman Beyond Season 1, and you will be thoroughly more impressed than Ant-Man. It's like, yeah, Ant-Man's going to tie into Avengers, but this ties into what at one point I would consider the best thing about DC, and that was the DC animated universe that they had built, which was better than anything Marvel ever put together. And I hate to say this, but it actually was better than Transformers universes, because with Marvel they reboot every now and then with their cartoons. It's like the mid '90s X-Men cartoon and the mid '90s Spider-Man cartoon, along with the failed Iron Man and the failed Fantastic Four. Those all tied together. That's one cinematic universe or cartoon universe. But then when Spider-Man got rebooted to Spider-Man Unlimited, which was a knockoff of this show, it didn't work. And it wasn't part of the universe. Every single cartoon since then has been its own continuity. So they don't fit together. The DC animated universe at the time was thoroughly impressive, because you had the Batman, the animated series, the original one. Oh my God, this is one of the best animated shows of all time. Followed then by Superman animated series, which was a pretty good Superman series. I'm not a Superman fan. I hate Superman, but I tuned in for every single episode of that. Then there was the New Adventures of Batman, and then New Adventures of Batman and Robin, which was a sequel series to the original Batman one. Then there was Static Shock, um, the Zeta Project, Batman Beyond, then Justice League, and then Justice League Unlimited. And also sort of fits in is Teen Titans. So that's 10. See, Batman, Superman, Justice League, Zeta Project, Static Shock, Batman Beyond. Teen Titans. That's 9 series. 8 or 9, depending on where you want to say Teen Titans fit into. I honestly think the original Go for Teen Titans, the original series, not this Teen Titans Go crap, but the original series for Teen Titans fits into the Marvel or into the DC universe because Batman's over there with Justice League, leaving Robin on his own. And if you watch the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, they skip over the Jason Todd story, but Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, and then Tim Drake becomes the new Robin, and that fits a little bit better towards what the Teen Titans Robin looks like. So I think personally that's where I imagine it all to go. But all in all, massive universe. And it flowed perfectly. You know, there's crossovers, all that stuff. I'm way off track on Ant-Man here, but the point I'm making is the Ant-Man movie, while it was enjoyable, it was because it was, and I didn't realize it while I was watching it, but it was rubbing that nostalgic itch that I have for Batman Beyond, which is one of my favorite animated shows of all time. So that's why I loved it so much. Had this not come first, had I not enjoyed this as much as I would stick with the 8 rating on that Ant-Man movie. But as it is, because I think it's a shadow of a better show, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. I hate to do it because I did like that movie. But all I could think of if I ever was like, maybe I should go see Ant-Man again, or maybe I should buy Ant-Man. It's like, why should I buy Ant-Man? I have Batman Beyond, who's got better characters, better character development. It's got Batman in it, and it's got better villains. It's just like the original Batman cartoon, where you get such an impressive rogues gallery in there. Yellow Jacket's awesome, but he's no Blight. Ant-Man's great, but he's no Batman. Old Ant-Man, Hank Pym or Henry Pym, whatever, Mr. Pym, is no Bruce Wayne. That's what I'm comparing to, because that's what it was. It was just straight up pretty much the same thing. And the girl in the movie, she is going to become Wasp. We know that. But she's no Ace the Bat Hound, who was in Batman Beyond. And that's sad. I would rather see... there's actually a really awesome episode of Batman Beyond, which pretty much just focuses on Ace, the dog. And I think that was a better use of my time than Ant-Man. And like I said, I liked Ant-Man. It's not Batman Beyond. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's what I think of Ant-Man. Is it good? Yes. But if you enjoy it, I highly recommend checking out Batman Beyond. You're going to enjoy that more. A lot more. I know I keep talking about Batman Beyond, and I'm going to be doing a review on that soon, but just haven't had time yet. But yeah, that is by far one of the best shows. Of the DC Cinematic Universe, I've only got one season of the Batman animated series and Mask of the Phantasm somewhere, which is an awesome movie. And I've got the complete series of Batman Beyond, along with Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, which is awesome. That's just awesome. Mark Hamill as the Joker. There is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Heath Ledger as the Joker. I thought he was great, perfect for that movie. but Mark Hamill will forever be my Joker. That laugh is just, that's Joker. Anyway, there's my rant of the week for Ant-Man.